Hello guys and welcome to my channel, and today we are gonna talk about the Fist Mastery in the Gothic Remake. Some disclaimers first. I try to rebuild my channel around Gothic. Currently I am in the mood to make Gothic content, especially talking about the balancing of the game. And yeah, if you guys have any thing to add or any suggestions or critique, whatever it is, just let me know. If you enjoy this content, also let me know. I mean, the viewer count will speak for itself, and I just hope many people care about this game. I'm a German player, but I decided to do these videos in English in the hope to make this game reach a wider audience. This game has done its job so good. Play Gothic since 2008, and it's pretty big in Germany, and it's actually one of my neighbor cities, and the studio was there, so I have a very good history with this game. So of course this game means a lot for me, and I just hope it will also mean a lot for other people as well. Okay, another disclaimer now about the video. We are gonna rank the Fist Mastery on the tier list actually. I've made one. I've made a very nice template. Right here, these are the masteries we are gonna rank on this channel, and I will talk about each of these on a separate video. I try to cut it as short as possible. I give it my all. As you can see, I need to delete a row here. I think this is all we need. S, A, B, and C. And these are all the weapons we ranked. This is the Bow Mastery, Crossbow Mastery, Fist Mastery, the Mage. I can't call this room, this is a magic circle. One-handed Mastery and two-handed Mastery. And I'm thinking about making one-handed mastery. There are weapons with different move pools, such as short sword. I mean, the mace has a different move pool, and axe, short axe, yeah, short axe, and the move pool varies a lot. So I don't know if I will do another category of these three. I still have to think about this. The same goes with the two-handed mastery. Because everyone talks about axe being better, like the two-handed axe being better than two-handed swords, and of course I will go into detail in that as well on the two-handed mastery video. Of course I'm gonna make other lists like NPC tier lists, what NPC is stronger than others, and yeah. We have a lot to talk about with this game, but we will focus on the fists, and where I will put the fists I will tell you at the end of the video, because we have to get through a lot now, so bear with me. So I'm gonna divide this video into neutral statements, negative statements, things I've witnessed with this weapon, positive things, negative things, and yeah, we will break it down one by one. I'd say we start with the neutral ones. I will rank every weapon based on the hard difficulty, with no glitches or bugs, but with exploits. What do I mean with exploits? Gothic and exploits go together like bread and butter, and it's okay. It's absolutely okay for this game to have exploits, and please don't patch them out. I think it is an integrity of this game. Dear Akilmia, I hope you listen to this. And what is an exploit in this game? For example, Xardas Tower, where you can transform into a bloodfly and sting your way from the Frost Mountain up to his balcony, in order to get scrolls and the permanent potion. And these are exploits that are welcomed in this list, and we will go into them if necessary. And if the weapon of choice is actually viable for a permadeath run or not. This will also go into it. Why permadeath? Permadeath, in my opinion, is the hardest challenge in this game, aside of speedrunning and world records. I'm just talking about us simple gamers. I've done a perma-death run, and spoilers alert, Fist is not the weapon I choose for that run. Yeah, and I will say, let's just get it started. Spoilers, of course, alert. I will talk a lot about this game, especially early, late game, enemies. We will go into matchups specifically too at the afterwards. So let's start with the neutral points of this weapon. I would say this weapon, you will have most fun with the Fist at the Gothic difficulty, the difficulty below hard. So why am I talking about this? Because on hard, the HP pulls and strength pulls of the enemies are exploding, like they're buffed so much. We're talking about a 30 to 50% buff on the HP and strength. So they have an easy time one-shotting you, and you have to get close. Melee weapons in general are weaker than ranged weapons. And if you see my videos, you might see why. If you disagree, of course, please let me know. And but yeah, until then, please listen to what I have to say. So, on Gothic the difficulty, the HP pools get tweaked down by a lot, so you actually start two-shotting enemies. And two-shot specifically is what you're looking for with Fists. You don't want to take fights with Fists with enemies that survive more than 3 hits, because 3 hits is where you start trading blows with the enemy, and trading blows with the enemy or hits hurts a lot with this weapon. It is very evasion heavy. I also take this as a neutral point, because make it of what you will. Some love evasion more, some love blocking more. I personally like both. Actually, I like blocking a little bit more, but that's beside the point. So, as you can see, you can cancel pretty much anything into a dodge. Like you can at the startup, you can immediately dodge out of the startup. After a hit connects, you can dodge. After the ground smash, you can dodge. Meanwhile, in the ground smash, mid animation, you can dodge and evade. And yeah. Another neutral standpoint is you have a lot of LP left, especially at the mid to late game. I take this as a neutral point because it also has downsides, because many other builds can immediately turn LP into something very efficient. This is something that Fist can't do. All the Fist care about are your early LP points to immediately reach your 100 strength threshold without any perma bonies. And with that, I don't also mean the exploit, which is why I criticize Alchemia for doing that. Back then, when you smoked a lot of wheat in this game, it would decrease your max strength to -10. It still does, and you could train it up. Like when you're stoned, actually stoned, you can get stoned in this game. When you're stoned and talk to a trainer, he can still cover your 10 strength you've lost due to smoking. He can cover that up with another additional 10 points of strength. So once you're done with your trip, you get your 10 strength points you've lost back again. So that means your strength cap pre-patch was 110 if you did that exploit. They removed it. I don't know why. It is super creative, and I honor the players for discovering it, and I criticize Alchemia for removing it. Please stop removing exploits, dear Alchemia. And another point I want to talk about, which is neutral, is you get to the master stage pretty easy, but the trained stage, it has its place where you only go for trained and focus on something else if you want a hybrid build. For example, if you want bow and fist, then you could basically only do your fist on trained and do the rest with the bow. This is important if you only want to get through stone golems or golems in general, because fists hard counter golems a lot. It's insane how hard they counter golems, even better than two-handed hammers of some sorts, but we will get to that on the two-handed video. It is almost never worth though to stay untrained. because the benefits you get out of the master class outweigh the trained class, and I will get to that in a bit. It only needs 15 LP to max. It's also a neutral standpoint in my opinion, because this means you will have a lot of LP over. In my opinion, at some stage it's too much LP, but you can turn this into another hybrid build of sorts. But it is pretty much, you will feel it if you go for a fist only run. This is why I wanted to do this on a neutral point. Are fist only runs viable? Only at the Gothic difficulty. You could make a case where permadeath and Gothic difficulty, where you run this with fists. This would be a very enjoyable challenge, and it is very hard. Permadeath on hard with fists is something I would never recommend anyone. If enemy stagger with the fists, they blow up, they die. They immediately die. If they stagger, they pray to God, because the fists punch pretty fast. It's the third fastest weapon type. It's not a weapon, but you guys know what I mean. It's the third fastest weapon type of the game. It actually might be the fourth if you consider Fire Rune, the Fire Arrow being very fast. I'm not counting those. You can count those and it would be the fourth fastest weapon. Still fast, as you can see. It's not slow by any means. But the one-handed axe is a million times faster. Not by a million, but a lot faster than the fist. And the crouched shots with the bow on Masterclass are also faster than the fists. So it's not that fast as people make it up to be. It's not that fast. It is still fast, but not that fast as other people make it up to be. Now, the biggest up and downside of this weapon is this here, the overhead smash. I call it what you Hulk smash. Like, people give this attack here names, all the names they want. I call it overhead smash, the E button on my keyboard, and you just saw why it sucks. It's very good, and it also just sucks miserably. So why does it suck? Collision hitboxes. This is the weapon where collision hitboxes hurt the most, and the hitboxes of this weapon is actually very big, horizontally, and in an AoE circle around you. You will imagine this tree would be the enemy. If you did this, like this, you would still hit it. Like, some enemies just get hit. There's also a camera trick where you can, it's hard to do, where you can turn your character to increase the horizontal hitbox. But yeah, collision hitboxes. If you find this hill and press this happens. It will happen a lot into your run, which is why this weapon is not a permadeath viable weapon. This is even very bad on the Gothic difficulty. Enemies will just slice through your low defenses, and you cannot be allowed to be staggered with this weapon. If you get staggers, this is how you die with this weapon. Also, narrow hallways, like, have fun doing horizontal swings. You just get smoked by the enemy. You see? Like, this is so, it gets pretty ridiculous. Let's say there's a skeleton, I just want to do this, and I get stuck here. You know? It gets even more ridiculous. Like, sometimes the ground looks super even, then you do this, and then you still collide with the ground because it's not, you can't really react to the surface you run through. It's also very hard to replicate, like this, for example. I mean, you see a little bit of a bulge from the surface, but come on, Alchemia. The biggest upside of this weapon, this is your gap closer. This is how you get close to the enemy. Yeah, you see? Like, in my opinion, complete neutral surface, and you still get clashed. Yeah, this is an insane big downside. Like, I can't play this enough. It is super bad. Especially with high damaging enemies on hard. They just smoke you. Or gang fights, even at the Gothic difficulty, they just slice through you. You can't not allow yourself to get staggered like this. But yeah, it is a gap closer. It is cancelable in its own. Hits in itself with a quick step, super good. You do this, enemy attacks, you evade 1-2. You get always a 1-2 combo. Even though the biggest damage is at your third strike with the uppercut. That's your combo and the finisher. The game calls it. But yeah, this is your bread and butter in AoE fights. If you need to, oh god, if you need to, if you need to zone the enemy out. I'm still shocked about this fact. But yeah, you get used to it after a while. It has a certain level of frustration. So let's talk about the upsides this weapon gives you. On the trained mastery, do you say class or mastery? I don't know. I played this game on German. On trained, it is lately just discovered. I opened up a Reddit thread where I officially revealed the damage numbers the master of the fist masteries gives you, and many people agree, and no one could disagree by me. For now, you could look up the Reddit post. If you just type in, I guess, fist mastery damage, it should come up. And I've also asked this on the Gothic Weekly Discord. There's this page, Gothic Weekly. If you go there, you see a Discord page. And the admin there helped me a lot. I don't know what the... Imagine, is that his name? It might be Imagine. And he did a little bit of data mining in the C++ files. And he discovered that there is a damage increase. And what I did basically was... let me see if I have to look up the weekly. I will cut this of course in the video. Here, the skeleton. I did the test with this skeleton. And the skeleton on hard has 360 HP and 20 resistance on blunt. His head has blunt damage. And I back then had 160 strength as my max value. I have more now because I got more. If you get out of the sleeper temple, Xardas sells you potions. This is why I have more. I had 160 flat back then. And what basically happened was, and this is on the video on the Reddit page, this is why I encourage, I will link it down below. I exactly half-lifed the skeleton. So this basically means with one hit the enemy has 360 HP and 20 blunt resist. So he basically has for one hit 300 effective HP for that one hit. And if I half-life it, I had to hit him for 200 damage. I'm sorry, I almost did the same mistake there. I have to deal 180 damage to him, right? And in order to do this, I have to deal 200 damage in total to him, because this here, this 20, I have to subtract from my maximum damage I deal to him. So if I dealt 200 damage while only having 160 max strength, this means the fist weapon damage has to be 40. It has to be. And yeah, that's what I did. I dealt 180 damage, exactly half-lifing them, without any crit. I run this many times to save file. There are 2 skeletons and I always deal the same. About crit rates, I'm not too sure. I think it's 5% on trained and 10% on master, but people can correct me there. Some say 10 and 30, but I don't believe it's 10 and 30. I think it's 5 on trained and 10 on master, but that you can fake check. So yeah, that's a huge upside for 15 LP. Having 40 flat damage added to your fist is super good. I shouldn't say added. The value of 1, the fist has a value of 1, the weapon damage has a value of 1, and it gets changed to 50 if you have master, and on trained it should be 20, but on trained I'm not sure. On master I'm 100% sure it gives you 40. The combos are decently fast. And I call this as an upside because unlike the other weapons, this is still pretty fast. It's almost as fast as the... it's a little bit faster than the one-handed sword, not axe. Yeah, the axe is lightning fast, it's unbalanced fast. It saves a lot of learning points because it's only a learning point cost of 15. Now, why do I say this? I don't encourage you to do fist-only runs on hard. You get absolutely cluster effed by enemies. Some matchups are not bad, they are terrible bad. Even gatekeeping you the entire game. Have fun doing this on permadeath, by the way. We will get to that in a little bit. But it saves you so much LP that you can go for hybrid build. And what would I recommend you for hybrid build? It's the magic one. This magic room I would immediately pick up after the first quest from Taurus, Fire Mage at the beginning from the old camp, and get this as a reward. It will carry you through the game because you will trade a lot with the enemies, like trade blows a lot with the enemies, because you just want to burst them down, especially in gang fights, and if they damage you, the healing room will cover you. And after level 9, you should already have your strength. I would immediately rush strength before I even go for the evasive roll. Please maximize your strength as soon as possible, it's very important. And yeah, once you've did that, have your evasion. I specifically go for the dive mastery. It makes the game faster and more enjoyable. It's not a must. It also gives you a little bit of money because of the underwater chests. And the climb ability. I think you have to spend about 20 LP for utility stuff like that. And if you're done with it, please immediately go for magic and magic circles. Which camp to join? In my opinion, the swamp camp is the best one because you can learn magic circles the fastest there, I believe. Bal Kadar lets you learn it pretty easily. I believe in the old camp it's the fire mages, but you have to be a warden? Not a warden, a shadow, how are they called in the English? In German it's Schatten. I don't know what the English word is there. And in the new camp it's water mages, and you have to be at least a mercenary to go up there and turn yourself into a water mage. So it gets pretty late into the game. So if you want it fast, please go for the swamp camp. In my opinion, it's the ideal camp for this type of run. You can master it relatively fast at level. The only recommendation the game has for you is a condition, not recommendation, is for you to be level 5. Jan Blashkovsky, what is his name? I don't know. But Jan, the fist fighter at the new camp in the riverside, he lets you learn it, and he wants you to be level 5 to acknowledge you that you have experience inside the colony. And all he needs is a healing cell from Kronos, the water mage. Get it immediately, learn, you're trained, you need to learn it fast, in my opinion. This has priority over the strength when you're learning strength. And what I recommend you to do, level 1 to 3, save the 20 learning points you have there, because from level 1 to 2 to 3 you get 20 learn points. You can immediately go for strength, and from level 3 to 5 I would save up these points to learn the fist mastery. So you learn trained from Jan, and after trained you can immediately go for the master one. He will challenge you in the arena and beat the holy crap out of you. You don't have to win this fight. If you do, I acknowledge you, but holy shit, Jan might actually be the toughest enemy in the game. And yeah, he served my ass, and from there I learned the master class of fists. You know what I mean? And it's relatively fast. Might even be next to the bow the fastest mastery you learn in this game. How do you get there? You use the 3 escort NPCs because you're shit early on, yeah? Especially if you go for fist only runs. You won't challenge, and you can't even beat a Molerat on hard. And what you basically do is you go for Baal Parvis first. He will carry you to the swamp camp. You get a lot of XP just patrolling with him. Diego also helps. If you first go with Diego, he kills some things for you, but I don't think Diego gives you XP. Actually, forget what I said. You don't need Diego. Go for Bulb Harvest. He carries you to Swamp Camp, and from there you should be level 3 already. Then don't go to Mordrake, but go to Drex first. Drex will carry his route. He has a different route than Mordrake, and kill every enemy on the way up to the new camp. It's this here. He takes this route here, and you land here. While Mordrake runs from this way. But you have to be careful. On hard, Drex will get chipped as Mordrake and Bulb Harvest. You really want the enemies to chip him down from the HP. Drex, not kill him, but chip him down. And the last Bloodfly is on his way with Drex. You want to knock Drex out. Kill him even. Yeah, kill him. And once you've done that and you didn't trigger the dialogue when he's at the new camp gate where he said, this is the new camp, now I go back, blah 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 blah. Kill him before that. If you trigger this dialogue, Mordrake won't help you anymore. Then this is gone and you can't do the Tauros quest. There you miss a lot of experience points. So then you go to Mordrake, he carries you there. You can also knock Mordrake out, don't kill him though. Once he gets chipped down, also at the Bloodfly area, and steal his ring. Then he gets up, runs there again, then you will tell him he should like get the fuck out or something. Which is weird, because the game thinks you've actually beat him in a fight, and you have the option with Tauros that you beat his ass to get him out of the old camp to the new camp, or you can let him escort you to the new camp. The game thinks you've beaten him and tell him go to the new camp. But that doesn't happen. He will still have the pathfinding towards the new camp, and there you get the additional XP once he escorts you, and you get an additional dexterity ring which you can sell this from. Which brings me up to the next upside of this weapon. You save a lot of ore. You don't need weapons, you don't need arrows, you don't need anything. You do need runes. Don't sell your runes, please. And yeah, you get pretty rich out of that. Also, please save your summoning scrolls. These are vital for some matchups. So, pissed only, guys. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the baddest matchups on the Gothic difficulty become much more easier. The fist weapon excels in short fights a lot. The sooner the fight ends, the better the weapon gets, because you don't take any risks getting hit. Getting hit with this weapon hurts a lot. The normal punch, left and right click, you can cancel with this quick step, I already told you, and this is super reliable and makes many fights super easy. And I wouldn't recommend unlocking onto enemies, because you can take angles like this, like you can change the camera like this. I don't know why the dodge doesn't trigger immediately. Yep, it's the show effect, I tell you. And then you, if you see even mid punch they do something, just evade through. Through them, by the way, I mean through them. And there you can easily get the 1-2 combo. Not the 3-1, which kinda sucks, because the third strike, the combo finish, has a 50% damage scaling, which is insane damage. Yeah, I've already said it has very good synergy with the healing rune, because how do I say it? One tick, 3 ticks with this rune is 1 MP. And at Magic Circle 1 it heals you for 12. I don't know what's happening in between now, but I'm in Magic Circle 4 and it heals me for 15 per tick, which means after 1 MP this thing heals me for 45 HP, which is quite a lot. And this weapon consumes a lot of health because of the constant trading blows happening with this weapon. Which is also downside. It has very good synergy with Ice Arrows too. Like if you throw this on enemies, they need to take damage first. There are enemies on this difficulty on hard. Again, on hard it's hard to freeze enemies. And but if they freeze, you can immediately get behind these enemies and get your combo out. The uppercut will most likely knock down the enemy. And this is where they die. Like you can go overhead smash and just finish them. Like if your third hit, the uppercut connects, the enemy is dead. Like there's almost no enemy that survives it. There are some, and I will get to that. So what are the downsides of this weapon? There are some respectable downsides. Many we've already covered in this journey. The max cap of this weapon is 100, and you are pretty much forced after your mastery to invest all your points into strength. Zero utility. You have to go for it though. And the next downside is that level 5 is a necessity for this weapon. You can't get to any classes without being level 5. Yeah, I've already talked about the weapon inconsistencies, which makes this weapon, in my opinion, impossible for permadeath runs on hard. On Gothic, this is hellish. I even want to say on Gothic too, on the Gothic difficulty. But please prove me wrong on this. Very strict LP management, I've explained. It's a lot of early grinding to get to level 9 in order to hit your strength cap. The base damage of this weapon makes it unplayable early on, like pre-level 5. Because many enemies have so much blunt resist, 8 to 15, and you have 10, actually 11, because the weapon itself has 1 on untrained. And yeah, have fun beating a Molerat with 20 hits and hope it dies without any strength investments. You have to maximize, not maximize your strength cap, but you have to maximize with potions and a lot of exploration. Like around the map, there's also an interactive map online. Again, thank you, dear Gothic community, where you can find every strength buff on the game. It even says which chapters, and please get them. Also, a tip from my side: in the Orc, I don't know how it's called in English, but in the Orc, how do you call it in English? Village, Orc village, I don't know. Around the arena is a strength ring, plus 15, amulet, sorry, not the ring, but amulet, this one. And what you have to do is buy 1 bloodfly scrolls. Bloodfly scrolls, super good in this game for exploits. Fly over there where the guy is, where that gives you your scavenger. I forgot his name, but there are hills, and you can basically get sting your way from the hills towards this arena, and then immediately rush towards a chest where this amulet waits for you. It's super strong and a necessity. And the next downside is, as you can see, you have to use all your slots for strength. You want to maximize your strength. If you don't have enough strength with this weapon, at least on hard, you won't get any damage. On Gothic though, you can get more utility out of replacing this with more defensive stuff, and then getting hit suddenly doesn't feel bad anymore. So yeah, it is not a question about how difficult hard it is a question about how ridiculous hard is with this weapon on. It is not designed for this weapon, in my opinion. With Fizz, you can only parry blunt weapons. With Fizz, you can only parry blunt weapons, which is a downside. Because many enemies have edge damage or sting damage. Yeah, you can block it. They will just get through your gut, and you take the entire damage plus your stun lock. You basically die if you press the block button. But if you see an enemy who does blunt damage, oh, it feels good. The matchup feels so good against some enemies, and you will be surprised how this weapon fares into some matchups. The skill ceiling of this weapon is the highest in my opinion. There won't be a weapon in this game which requires as much of the player as the fists, because all you can work with is the quick step if you wanna if you go for a 1v1, or the evasion perfect time. Oh my god, the perfect time evasion. This is so bad. The perfect time evasion roll. If there are multiple enemies, this is your bread and butter. Like the Hulk smash, overhead smash, whatever you call it. It is pretty much reliant on acrobatic. You will soon find out that gang fights suck with this weapon, and you want to get you only want to space the enemies. The combos are almost impossible, which is why every hit is so important. Which is why you have to maximize your strength in the first place. And yeah, zoning is a necessary. Another interesting thing is, blocking only becomes good if your armor stats, in this case of course this is the best armor with 100, blunt and edge def, yes. Your max strength, blocking I think works like this. The enemy strength value, damage value, let's say damage value, I don't want to say strength value because some NPCs have strength and an additional weapon on it, like, I don't know, a Diego. And if he hits me, the overall damage he does, weapon plus his own strength. You have to subtract this with your own strength and then consider your resistances here. And if it reaches 0, or I think you take 1 damage on hard difficulty, because there is a minimum amount of damage you have to take on this stuff. You can take 0 on this difficulty. Which is 1 damage isn't doing anything, so you can just reliably block enemies, and again, blunt enemies just die. But every other enemy who gets through your strength cap and your guard cap, it will hurt a lot to block them. So find armor pretty early on your respective stages of the game. Yeah, the big collision note boxes I already showed you. Okay, so this is every downside I wanted to talk about with you guys. Next I want to give you some more tips and tricks I still have up. Yeah, the last tip I could give you is, after Mordred brings you to the new camp, please go to the free mine abandoned. How is it? It has 2 names. Some call it free mine or new mine. But if you get the first digger you see, I don't know his name, save before him and click the right dialogue option. I believe he says, do you have any digging experience? You say yes, then he gives you an armor that has 10 edge and blunt resist. Take it, please, please, please take it. It makes exchanging, trading hits with the enemies much more forgivable than if you wouldn't have these guys. Okay, next up, matchups, and this is where it gets interesting, because this weapon has a lot of matchups that even I got mind blown how easy or hard they are. So we're gonna do a almost impossible tier. Why do I say almost impossible? Because I've beaten them. Very hard, neutral, easy, easy, very easy, very easy, and call the ambulance here. Okay, and here we have all. This is a template everyone can use. You should be able to see it on the tier maker side, and I will just go it chronologically from here. And yeah, here we have the adult Scavengers, and adult scavengers are pretty bad early on. These are hard enemies and should not be underestimated. First off, they come into gangs, and early on in games have fun clearing scavengers. They will just whoop you. They have 144 HP on hard, 45 strength, which is why I say please get resistances. So even with your digger armor, where you have only 10, they still hit you for 35. You start with 40 max HP in this game. So at level 9 you should have 120 more HP, I don't know, 100 more. Around 140, 150, I say 140. And yeah, 140 against enemies who hits you with 30 damage per hit is a lot to take in. And this is why they get super hard, because they spawn very early and again are at the level range 5 to 10, super hard. I mean I say hard. And yeah, these are the biters, not bitters, biters. Biters are also pretty hard to fight because they come in gangs. You will hear this a lot. Gang fights are bad for the fists. They have a pretty respectable high HP pool of 206 while having 40 blunt res. So that means if you have master and 100 strength, you hit them for about 140 and you get a 3-shot on them. If you skill correctly. Again, this is level range 14, 15 on the Orc Graveyard. And again, gangs, 2 of them are so hard to fight. They have a launch. You can't just overhead smash and roll, because if you overhead smash and roll and they go for the launch, they catch your roll. And if you try to dodge one roll from the other one, you did that, they are lingering also. The other one comes in. Then their usual bites have lingering hitboxes. So if you punch and sidestep to the side, like if you punch and sidestep to the side, they still catch it, because the hitbox is still active. Super hard in my opinion, like super hard matchups. Black goblins, oh yeah, they are also hard to fight. Like, I've never seen a worse fighting area for this weapon, guys. Also, the bitters also have very bad fighting areas, because you've just seen how I collided with the ground always. But these little shits on their small cave, you always get stuck with your fist on the either side of the wall or the ground they stand on with your overhead smash. They die fairly fast. They have around 96 HP. It is not a lot, but have 75 strength. Plus their weapon damage. Like, this is only their strength value. Plus their weapon damage, they hit you for around 70 or 80 casually one. So 2 of them can easily burst you down. So yeah, that's the black goblins for you. Let's take someone here. Let's talk about very good matchups. I see the stone golem. We place him at... oh, I'm sorry. Call the ambulance here. This is unironically one of the might be even the easiest matchup on the game, because the amount of DPS you can do when he does his 2 swings, which is basically his entire pool. Why would you stand with your fist behind where he can throw his stone? You will never do that. You stay in front of his face. He does his 2 fists in front of you. You've evaded them, and then you can do your entire combo. And as I said, the 3rd strike, the uppercut finisher, it deals 50% more base damage into them, and if that crits, they might immediately die. Even with their ridiculous stats, they have 1200 HP, 150 strength, they hit like a truck, but only 25 blunt resist. Like, they are a joke to fists. Like, this is where the fist weapon shines, and this is what I mean. If you play a mage or something, honestly, the 5 LP to invest into your fists is so much more valuable then because it also increases the flat damage of this fist, then learning a lot into strength into them, because your base fists will go to through his 25 blunt resists he will have on him. Yeah, fists is just the biggest golem counter in the game. Bloodhounds, a very hard matchup. Just as you will see with the wolves, the Bloodhound almost has the same move pool as the wolves. They are they are gatekeepers because they stay between you and the fortress, and there are, I don't know, 7 of them. Some even come in gangs if you're unlucky. You can pull them out one on one. It's hard though, and their stats are ridiculous. They are ridiculous high. They have 276 max HP, 55 blunt res. Why? 55 blunt res. It's, for them it's a lot because they are very hard to hit, and have 178.5 strength. Even if you had 100 edge res against these guys, they hit you for 87, dear lord in the sky. And they have also, like the biters, they have a charge attack, which they hold and then charge on you, which makes your evasion timing pretty tricky. You have to learn his move pool. They will probably kill you 2 to 3 times by the time you've learned his move pool. Even on Gothic, these guys are hard. On the Gothic difficulty. What do I say even? Gothic difficulty still is respectably hard. And the blunt res, I just don't see what the hell they've done with it. At the end game I had 160 strength. And now that I look at this, you still only 3-shot them. After each bite, their hurt box goes back. So you whiff your hit, you whiff your horizontal swings, because you don't cover any vertical hitbox. Your length sucks. Your you don't reach at all with this weapon. And these enemies, super tough to beat, very hard to beat. Now for the Demonlords. These are neutral enemies. Why is that? The stats on demons in general are a little bit deceiving for the fist weapons, even though they are ridiculously high. They are not that bad. They have 1440 HP, 225 strength, which again, 2 hits of these and you probably just die. But they appear at late game, so that's okay. These appear in mid game, which is why I have to place them pretty hard. And 100 blunt res. This is exactly why you have to maximize your strength, or you won't deal any damage to these guys. So with 160 you deal 100 damage per hit, which after 15 hits without any crits, they die. You will crit though. You will occasionally hit 1 or 2 crits on them, and this will feel extremely good. And you will hit a lot of finishers. So what the Demonlords and other demons do, they have this charge attack, which is super easy to evade. You can even quick step into them and give them the 3 combo punch. And yeah, you can exploit that. You can also exploit their flame breath. If they flamethrow here and you already dodge roll behind them, that's 3 to 4 hits free for you. And yeah, their HP pool again can be a little bit tricky. They could make you nervous, and if they hit you, it's gonna sting. Let's do the fire lizards. Another neutral matchup. They are not as bad because the fire lizards, they you will take a lot of fire damage, which isn't as bad. You won't take a lot from them because their fire damage doesn't scale with their strength stat, which is pretty high. But if they do the flamethrower attack, and honestly, if you evade through them, like if they stay right in front of me and I just evade through them, they are pretty vulnerable. Their resists fairly suck. They have 60 blunt res, which is And their resistance, I'm sorry, there is a fairly good 60 blunt rest is nothing to laugh at. Again, with the Bloodhounds it's 55, so they have a little bit more, but you will hit every hit you do. They won't shift their hurt box to anywhere. You just beat the crap out of them and every hit will connect and it will feel super good. 300 max HP. Yeah, you will 2 to 3 shot them. This is an enemy where not 2-shotting them doesn't suck. Let's do the Goblin Warriors. These are actually easy now, which is surprising. The black goblins are so bad because of the fighting area and how many they are. They are also gatekeeping the game because you have to play through this section. You don't have this with Goblin Warriors, first of all. They appear at the troll pit where you have so many stats where you just can knock the holy crap out of them. Their stats at that point of the game, which is a mid to end game, fairly suck. Goblin Warriors have 126 max HP with 50 blunt res. So if you have 140 strength, max strength, you one-shot them. You one-punch them. And yeah, that's actually super easy to do at that stage, having 140. Not easy, but doable. It is doable to have 140 max strength to beat these guys. And by the way, how you will reach your best strength cap, just there's a YouTube video that shows you where you can get all your bonus stats. Just do them after your 100 strength. There you get it. Next one, the normal goblins. Super easy. Super easy. Not super easy, but easy. Not not in the very easy tier because they appear chapter 1 very early. Are not gatekeeping the game. You can just ignore them. And their base stats are fairly okay for the early game. 48 health. Now many will say, why don't you one-shot them? Because they have 15 blunt res early game. And in the early game you start with 10 strength and plus 1 from your fist, it's 11. So you have to at least have 5 more strength to deal actual damage to these guys. 1 damage, by the way. So yeah, you need 2 levels on strength to actually damage them. If you have 30 strength, go and challenge these little shits, and they won't stay any problem. They have 30 strength with their mace, I think 40. So they hit pretty hard, but with your digger's clothes you can take 2 hits from them. They appear in ganks, but on their max, if you do it correctly, it's only 2 at a time, and you have 1 throwing a stone and 1 trying everything in their might to hit you. They have very low attack speed, slow attack speed, so you should be fine. Another surprisingly easy matchup are the High Temple Orc Guards at the end of the game, at the Sleeper Temple. So why are they so easy? Even with their extreme high stats. They have 900 HP 1, and you know how many there are. 220 damage, max damage, like I think they have 150 strength, and their Crush Karok gives them 70 more strength, so it's 220. And 70 blunt res, so if you have, I had 160, I had 200 damage to deal to them, 130. So after roughly 7 to 8 hits, they die. So why is it so easy? Because they have blunt damage. Their Crush Karok is a blunt damage weapon. And with their 220 damage they deal to me with my 160 strength, only 60 go through, and I have 100 armor. So I won't get any damage from them. I will take 1 if I block them. And they get staggered. So I get 1-2 hits for free, block, 1-2, block, 1-2, they die. Super easy, surprisingly easy. Even I had 2 of them synchronizing their attacks. I just block both and then do my horizontal things 1-2. Again, very comfortably do a backstab so they track themselves right in front of me again, do their swings, block them. It is super easy to deal with them. Surprisingly easy. Which can't be said for the next matchup, the Ice Wolves. Another hard tier enemy. Their base stats are above the roof. 360 max HP, 165 strength. Are you kidding me? Even with 100 defense, 65 strength right onto your dome. It hurts a lot. And they, if you triggered, you can isolate them. I have to give it, which is why they didn't land on the Bloodhound territory, because it's very hard to isolate them. And they have bigger stats than the Ice Wolves. But they have fairly low blunt resist, only 30 blunt resist. So why do they suck? You always have to trade blows with these guys. They have a leaping jump attack right in front of you. And if you do your overhead smash, you will always trade. And their attacks work like this. This is where you are, this is where they are. They jump a little bit forward with their attack, like this, and go back. And how do you catch up? The only bet you have is doing your overhead smash to get close to them, and this is where they just bite you. So you will clash a lot of hits with them, which makes this a very hard, but a pretty tough fight. The lesser demon just sucks. Yeah, it just sucks. I will put him at easy because he appears mid game. 840 HP, 200. Oh, I'm sorry, I did the wrong one. Lesser demon there. 600 HP, 150 strength, 100 blunt res, which is why I didn't put him very easy, because it takes a lot to kill this guy. He is a must fight if you want to get the Xardas rope, but a very easy fight if you face him at the actual Xardas tower, because you will have above 100 strength, plus 40. Yeah, they have very slow attack patterns, and again, if they do their flaming breath, they basically kill themselves if they do this. Let's pick the Lurker. The Lurker is also a very easy fight. Here, the Lurker. It is a easy fight. Lurkers, in my opinion, give too much XP, and they only have 70 strength, which is not much. And I don't have the exact HP for some reason. I don't have it here right now, but it's very easy to two-shot them. Like, they have a launching attack which is super transparent, and you can just easily quick step it. If you can quick step instead of evading, you get 2 hits off very easily. 1, 2, they die. And yeah, that's all I have to say about the Lurker. It's a very easy fight. Next is... These are all the mad ones that you know. This is Mad Xardas. It's a very easy fight. One of the endgame fights. Mad Xardas functions as such. He has pillars where he ports himself above of these pillars and spawns 3 skeletons twice per circle. While he summons the skeletons break out of the cage and are on a tumbling stage. There you just swing 2 hits at the skeleton, next one 1, 2, and the other has the ability to react. While you stand in front of this pillar, Xardas will try to throw spells at you, which he can't. There is no space to throw from an above ceiling right under to you. It won't work. And then you kill the remaining skeleton. Skeletons are also, you will see where they land. Then you kill the second one, rinse and repeat for the next pillar he goes to, and then he's staggered on the ground. Then he ports himself in the middle of the stage, staggered on the ground, and you beat him. Rinse and repeat. And there I have to ask, where do you take any damage in the fight? With the fist, you take none. You just burst through the entire skeletons, massacre him at the end. It's a very easy fight, 0 risks. Permadeath runs will laugh at this guy. It is a very, very easy fight for the fists. Yeah, give me 1 second. Let me arrange this a little bit so I won't lose track. Next up, let's see if I can find these guys. Next up, the Molerats are only easy enemies. Why? Because the Molerats, such as the Goblin Skeletons, I can put them at very easy. They have some fight in them. Molerats function as such in the early game. They have... sorry, I deleted it here. Yeah, at the early game they have 42 HP, 12 strength, which is fairly low, but 8 blunt damage. 8 blunt resist, I can't talk anymore. And this also means the player needs more strength in order to deal damage to this guy. So at level 3 you can actually put on some damage. With the Digger's Claws you can throw yourself into 5 Molerats, nothing will happen because they only bite you for 3 damage, excuse me. What happened to my music? Yes. That's all I have to say for the Molerats. Next up... let's do these. I want to do these. Where are they? These are... Where are the normal Minecrawlers? They are somewhere here. Normal Minecrawlers hard. Why are Minecrawlers hard? You will find them pretty at the later stages of the early game, and the areas where they are suck so much, like the mine, the big mine, it sucks. It only has... fighting with Fizz is also pretty bad on narrow like hallways if they go down, because the hitbox will sometimes whiff above their head, and then you're then you're stuck here or have to emergency evade and rinse and repeat and risk yourself and pray to God that your overhead smash doesn't collide any second. And yeah, they spawn in gangs. They have very, very good resistances in this stage. 70 strength. Like, can we talk about the strength value? What armor do you have? Shadow Closes or something, which gives you around 50 defense, or if you spend your entire gold on it. But realistically, yeah, they hit you for at least 30 damage, 40 damage, and your max HP at that stage of the game should be around 120, 130. So yeah, Minecrawlers get pretty tough to fight. Let's do the Fire Demon. It's also easy fight. Well, you see, there are a lot of good matchups. So the Fire Demon shares almost the same stats as the Lesser Demon, with an additional attack of doing this Fire Circle, which is useless. I don't know what this Fire Circle does to this day. I don't know. If he does this, it's just 3 damage. If he does his Fire Breath, it's 3 damage. But his stats are a little bit higher than the Lesser Demon. I don't have them right here, but they are online. Still an easy fight. Next up, this matchup. This is the only matchup I call 100% bullshit. It is super bad. I've never seen a matchup in this game being this bad with the weapon. Almost no magic goes through this guy. Magic is pretty slow against him. So Prime Shadowbeast is a gatekeeper. You have to kill one in order to progress the story. 960 HP. He has the same stats as the Frost Shadowbeast. I don't know why I don't have him on the list, but it's the same. You can basically, next to him is the Frost Shadowbeast, just a reskin. 240 strength. Almost every hit, as his charge right in front of you puts you down on a knockdown state and you die. If it doesn't kill you, if his charge attack doesn't kill you, his 2 claw swipes will. His attacks are lingering. His galloping, he has this weird galloping move, covers so much AoE distance. You can't. If you're close, you die. If you are on distance, you die. Why would you be in distance with fists? But yeah. The only thing that is bad about him is his 10 blunt resist, which doesn't matter because he has 960 HP. Like, what do you do with fists? If you are at his backside, he has this lingering galloping thing and knocks you down. If that hits you, he knocks you down, turns on your claw slash, you die. He always two-shots you, by the way. And because you won't have the ore armor by then, you will have around 70 edge res if you're lucky. Because you have to spend everything on your strength value. What you can do is having a super defensive set. I mean, he only has 10 blunt res, I know, so him hitting you doesn't hurt. But if you do the maths, even if you tank a lot of this, you sacrifice damage onto him and you want to end this fight as much as possible. Grinding his move pool isn't rewarding with the fist because you will still whiff because he's moving so much. With the other weapons, because of their reach, you don't miss. With fist you miss. And this thing just murders you. Yeah, Prime Shadowbeast, almost impossible matchup. Please bring a summoning scroll on them. Please find one, use it, and fight him. And reload if your summons die, because you won't take this guy down. Let me tell you that. The Minecrawler Mother. Is it Mother Minecrawler? Minecrawler Queen, I'm sorry. It is an easy matchup. No, many guys will say how her first phase might clear the floor with you. No, the first phase is actually the better phase for you. If this is the Minecrawler Queen, this tree, I know it's stupid. I don't have a cheat module to spawn her. You stand on the side of her, and her claw attacks will miss you. And then you can have all the time in the world to, you know, punch her. Please use the uppercuts, by the way, because there is a roll on your right. So, left uppercut, right uppercut, left swing, right uppercut, left swing, rinse and repeat, fight over. Second phase, it will always start like this. Bait out her 3 attacks, roll on into her, punch her once and trigger her bomb. Then she will do her bomb, you quick step, do your Hulk Smash 1-2, she bombs again, quick step behind, Hulk Smash 1-2, rinse and repeat. The fight is not hard. And if she hits you, it's 97 strength, so she at least has to do 2 hits onto you. And yeah, 960 HP, you think it's a lot, 55 blunt res, but if you have 80 strength, you're good. Like, you don't have to worry. You deal 120 effective damage. In 10 hits, she's dead. 6 hits at this free phase, at the free first phase. 7 hits at the a little bit more challenging second phase. But calling this a little bit challenging is almost an exaggeration, in my opinion. It's an easy fight. Matt Gorn. He's also fairly easy. Oh yeah, I forgot one point. No. Matt Gorn is a neutral matchup. He isn't as easy as you think because his base stats, if he hits you once, he knocks you down and you most likely die. He has 158 damage. Like with his weapon, like I guess he has around 90 strength plus his weapon. He lands around 200 damage, 158 to 200 damage. I don't have the exact math. And only 33 blunt res. He has a very high HP pool. I'm not sure about the mat ones. There is no data available where I can see the mat guys and the mat matchups. But he will shrink the area a lot where you can fight, which is not as bad, but it's most likely all of its hits knock you down right in front of him and there you die. You can't also block his thing, so you have to evade, like evade back, Hulk Smash forward, rinse and repeat. Minecrawler Warriors. Yeah, these aren't so bad. Neutral matchup. 300 HP, 135 strength, 60 blunt rest, which is not much, but they come in ganks, which is why they are neutral. These are easier than the normal ones because the free mine, inside the free mine, there's a lot of neutral ground where you don't have to worry about collision. And again, with their little HP pool is pretty little, and only 60 blunt rest, you will just burst them down. You can. There's also ability to two-shot them at this point of the game. No, three-shot. There's only room to three-shot them, and for them it's okay. If you two-shot them, they would land here. Their strength value are also pretty little, so it's a doable matchup. So next up is the Prime Fire Lizard, and nothing much has changed here. I will put him above him, Mad Gorn here. I think this is fair. This is the easiest one so far here. The Demonlord's a little bit tougher than him. So his Fire Breath hits a little bit more. He has more HP, and the thing with the Prime Fire Lizard is his base stats are basically above the roof, but his blunt rest is still the same with 60. 720 HP, 180 strength. The strength value doesn't matter so much because he won't do his claw or jaw attacks. He will just almost always use his flame breath, which is a death sentence for them. But due to their high HP pool at this stage of the game, it's a neutral matchup. They can get tricky, especially in a gang fight if other enemies decide to fight alongside them. Next up, Razors. Also a neutral matchup. The thing is, which makes them a lot more bearable than the biters, their launch attacks. They don't have so much reach, and they don't have any evasive ability. Your hits will almost always connect. Their stats are a little bit dumb though. 320 health, 124 strength, which is quite a lot, 40 blunt rest. Actually, it's mediocre stats for this stage of the game, but they appear in ganks most of the time, especially Orshak, the Shaman. Yeah, this enemy will hit you a lot. Next, that. Diego! Mad Diego is a fight. I would put him here. It's also a neutral matchup. He will start at the high ground and just throw arrows at you. With his masterclass, his arrows hit like a truck. He has 190 damage range, 120 melee, which melee attacks aren't as bad if they hit you as of his range attacks. At the mad form, you would, like with 190 damage, he can burst you down pretty easily, but due to the wood house at the beginning, you can just camp there a bit, prepare yourself, summon anything for him to target, so you can make a run for him. Immediately make a run for the ladder. Like, if he stays above the ladder, he can shoot you. And sometimes he even jumps down with his melee hits. And if you get him into the melee zone, he's pretty easy to beat. But again, his damage is pretty respectable, his HP pool is pretty respectable. So yeah. Next up, the normal Shadowbeast. Another very hard matchup. The thing is, with the normal Shadowbeast, it is very hard, like the Prime Shadowbeast, it's very hard to solo. The same things I said for the Prime Shadowbeast almost applies for him, although his strength is a lot, like 60 less strength is a lot. He has 180 strength and 80 blunt resist. More than his Prime counterpart. I don't know the balance about it. Only 480 max HP, so it's a pretty fast fight. And finding openings on this thing is very hard. Very hard. These are run killers. Like, these 3 are run killers on permadeath. Having Fizz only permadeath run on hard. How do you do this? I wanna know. I don't know. I don't. I don't, which is why I placed them this high. Another very bad matchup is the Temple Minecrawler. Holy hell, what did they think with the stats of this guy? So one Temple Minecrawler has 720 strength, 70 blunt res, and 225 strength. More than a Shadowbeast. What the actual hell? What did they think? And they gank you. What is going on with this thing? The only thing is why they don't land here. Their move pool isn't nearly as bad. Like, if a Shadowbeast targets you or a Bloodhound targets you, you can't get away from them. Here you can get away, but the base stats are ridiculous high. Like, we are talking about 6 to 7 hits to this guy's dome, and he appears in gangs. Better have your summons ready, I tell you. And this is what makes beating Xardas. I should put this in tips and tricks. I edit this out and put it there, I guess. Please knock down Xardas for the 20 demon scrolls. You will need them with the fist build. Otherwise you are up in a world of pain. Okay. Next up, Mad Milten. I don't have much to say with Mad Milten. I don't need his base stats. He needs to trap himself 3 times. With every weapon, it's an easy fight. It's more there for, you know, lore story purposes. It's a cool fight, but it's easy. I mean, I don't mind it to be easy. Fight is good, but it will always remain easy. Like, I don't know what to say here. But we still implement him for the sake of implementing him. Next up are the Temple Orcs. Like their counterparts, the high Temple Orc Guards, their base stats are a little bit less. Only with only, it's still a lot. 840 HP and 70 blunt res. And only 205 damage. Nothing changes. Like, they only take 1 hit more, if for anything, and that's it. Nothing more changes. Everything appears the same. You can still block everything he does, so you can put them on the equal tier because he takes 1. He can take 1 more hit than his brother here. He takes this place, and the more to the right, the more easy it will be. But I will say from all these here, this is the hardest. This is like this. Yeah, this is how it should be. The Orc Warriors. Another easy matchup, and you will see this a lot. This is what I mean. Like, the matchup is pretty good. I don't know what's better for you. I just placed the harder ones here. But this one, another easy matchup. Because the stats of the orcs sucks in this game. 276 HP isn't a lot. They have around 130 to 140 damage with their weapons. The sites say they have way less strength than shown, but you have to add the damage from their weapon they carry. And only 40 blunt res. By the time you go into the orc area, you are max capped with strength. You do 100 damage to their dome. You 3-shot them. And how they work, like, they don't stagger, but if you hit them below 50 HP with 2 hits, they start going back, and then they die. They also have like this move where they do the choo-choo train or something, the taunt, and they die. Very easy, not very, but easy enemies. Why I don't say very easy, they come in gangs. And this makes this fight harder. And this will fulfill the Mad Lester. It's a fun fight, easy one for the Fist because he does blunt damage. He only has 10 blunt res. High HP pool though, because he's a boss. And his Wind Fist doesn't deal a lot to you, especially with your ore armor later on. The only thing you have to worry about, please don't stay... please make sure you have enough distance from the swamp area, so he doesn't knock you into the swamp sharks. That's it. Easy matchup, not hard. Yeah, I just realized I don't have the Molerat in this list. I'm sorry for that, but she's in the neutral tier. She has way more HP than the normal Molerat. She can knock you down, and if she knocks you down, you die. And she appears fairly early into the game, where your strength cap isn't as high as your armor is pretty little. You don't have much armor, and this makes this fight pretty heavy. Skeletons, another easy matchup. Skeletons. Why are skeletons easy? Skeletons basically have 0 blunt rest. They have some. They have only 20 blunt and 360 HP. If you get 160 strength, if you get to this point, you two-shot them. So they do their stinger, which you can quick step, and 1-2 they're dead. It doesn't matter on how many ganks they come. Point given, they suck fighting on huge ganks, thinking about the Chromanine questline. They suck in this mass to fight. But aside of that, 3 skeletons are still an easy fight for you. And they do a lot of damage, but their attack pattern is so narrow and stale, you get used to it pretty easily. Next, the Orc Hound. The Orc Hound. What an enemy. A very hard matchup, especially in the Orc area. They have 276 HP, which isn't a lot, but for some reason 40 blunt, which is mediocre. For them it's a lot, because this is the only thing that makes you not two-shot them at this point of the game. They appear mid to late game with 165 strength, so 2 to 3 bites and you die. And they come in ganks, only in ganks, and you can't isolate them. If you damage one, the entire group behind them, just like the wolves, also, like they drag them onto you. It doesn't matter sometimes how far they are. And the ice wolves don't have this pattern. I don't know why, but they do. Speaking about wolves, this little thing, hard. It's a hard matchup, especially early on. I don't want to fight them. It is the hardest out of them all, in my opinion. Because of their strength stats, which is 60. You come in with 40 HP, these things spawn like near all camps. They just one-shot you. 20 blunt reds, which is pretty fairly high for at the beginning of the game, and 96 HP, which is quite a lot too. So we are talking about 4 hits with the fist against this guy, and this is not happening. There's an argument people might put them here with the fists, and I get it, but you can run it. It's hard, but you can run away from their encounter, especially when you learn acrobatics. It gets hard for them to hit, and you can just avoid them. Plus, they are not gatekeeping you. Like many matchups where you say, but they are very hard and stuff. They don't. Most of the times, they don't gatekeep your game process. The Orc Hounds do, because you have to get through their stage. I know you can get onto your Scavenger and ride through them, but have fun doing that. I wouldn't recommend it. Next matchup. I hope I have them here on the list. There they are. Another neutral matchup, the Young Scavengers. Why neutral? As they appear as much as the Molerats, but unlike the Molerats, their base stats are pretty respectable. 36 HP, 8 blunt rest, and 9 strength. And their move pool is way harder than the move pool of the Molerat. The Molerat has this bury move, which will hit you maybe once because you've never seen it, and if you've seen it, you will always evade it. They have a launch, they have 2 bite combos, and they can cancel off one and then stay safe, and it's very hard for you fist fighters to get onto this guy, and you will almost always trade hits with this guy, and hits from him early on hurt a lot. Next up, Snappers. Snappers, they gatekeep the troll ruins, you have to get to them. There's also a stage where you want to go to the Orc Ballet, but they also stay there, but they mostly, if they gatekeep you, it's for the troll pit. And their base stats are nothing to laugh at. They have 288 HP, which is fairly a lot for gank enemies. They always gank you. 40 blunt res, which makes you not two-shot them, which sucks. And they have 165 strength. Their move pool is pretty hard. They have a launch and a double bite combo. You can learn his move pool. He has lingering hitboxes, but not as lingering as this Bloodhound's. His lingering moves aren't as long. Like, there is counterplay to them. But it's still a hard matchup. You will see yourself dying to this guy a lot. And I say the environment is good, to be honest, where you fight them. I don't think the environment is bad. I'm comfortable in saying this might be the worst out of them, because they appear fairly late in the game. Next. Oh god. So the Swamp Shark. He has 360 HP, 130 blunt res, and 225 attack. You have to maximize your strength potential. If you don't max up your strength, you won't deal any damage to him. 225 attack. If he hits you 2 times, you might even die. Realistically, he has to hit you 3 times, but getting away from him and heal yourself is pretty easy, and his pattern is pretty easy. It's a long fight. Long fights suck, but you can isolate them from the others, which makes this fight pretty easy. The Swamp Shark Mother, same applies to her with a higher HP pool. The stats are all the same, but her base HP is doubled from the normal Swamp Shark. Next up, this is the lizard, by the way. I'm sorry for the bad quality. Like the Golem is easier than these guys because they can hit you. Their base stats suck. I don't know why their base stats suck this much. They have 96 max HP, 60 strength, and only 20 blunt res. So the 2-shot potential on them is super high. At 100 strength cap, you just 2-tap these guys. I think you need 80 or something, and you 2-tap them. Like, they bite you, you jump on them with Hulk Smash and punch them, which is a pretty fast combo, as I've shown you here. Oh my god. Yeah, this is all you do to them, and they just drop dead. Free XP, 80 XP, pretty good. Next up, the Undead Orc. The Undead Orc has 300 HP, 77.5 strength with damage with the weapon, and 70 blunt resistance. So again, get the mastery and pump everything into your strength. These are the fights where it gets important, because you can have a very long fight with them, or a very fast fight if you maximize your strength. This is why putting all your learning points into strength and the mastery first is so important. But once you've done it, this fight is... I'm sorry, I meant to put it in neutral. This fight is doable, but it's a lot of bait and punish. So you have to learn his move pool. He has 3 combos. He only has 1 upward swing, he has a double combo. You will learn it pretty fast, and honestly, even if you jump here, you can still evade and only take 1 hit. Taking 1 hit from it with 75 damage is not much. So yeah. Another matchup which is interesting are the zombies, and I will put them higher up, even higher than Gorn, because you will trade a lot with these guys. you don't want to trade with them. If you see yourself trading with these guys, they hit you so hard. Like, they have 180 strength. That's a lot. They appear mid-game, and it's in your best interest to be prepared for them as soon as possible. I rush myself to do the sunken tower to get the teleporters. They're so important, because being able to teleport yourself to the fire mages at the center of the map is so, like, saves you so much time. And in my opinion, that's why in my game progress I see them as gatekeepers. I prepare myself exactly for them to beat them. 60 blunt, so again, maximize your strength, please. At level 11 or 12 you should be able to take these guys on. And yeah, they belong exactly in the neutral tier. Them hitting you, you can, like, if you all you do is this, if all you do is this, Hulk Smash, evade, you're good. Even gang fights can't do anything. The environment sucks though. If you fight on a staircase, yeah, have fun hitting one of them. You have to drag them the entire staircase down. And on the Xardas sunken tower, the staircases appear at the elemental door. And you have to drag them all the way down. Then they turn back and run the entire thing back up. This is why you have to, why you rush at them and quickly put your DPS on them. And yeah, very awkward enemies, but enemies regardless. Okay, next up is this. This is, what is this? I don't know. What did I do? There is still orcs I have to cover. These are also, this is the orc, this is the Orc Warrior, this is the Orc Scout, and both are in the same tiers. Their base stats don't change much. This is the Undead Orc Priest at the Xardas pit. Their base stats are insanely high. I recommend them with summons. All of these guys I recommend you doing with summons, even at the Orc field. Like, putting some skeletons in there might help you a lot. And like, this makes these matchups playable. If you don't have them, these matchups become impossible. But this guy, if you have a summon, like, every fight you see where they spawn. Like, there's a door and you see a giant field at the Sleeper Temple. You know they will spawn there. So get a little, just a little inside the door, even a little bit above, and start summoning your demons. One demon is enough to annihilate them. You don't even need to summon anything, just make sure to get into close range with them, because they only have one overhead smash and they do it over and over again. I think they have double overhead smashes, and they are blunt attacks. They do have 200 plus damage, but they won't get through your armor with it. So this fight becomes doable, but due to their high HP pool and their high damage, they're nothing to laugh at. Met Cor Kalom we do last. This is the little Minecrawlers, like the little ones. I don't know how they're infants? Minecrawler Infant or something. These are easy because their base sets are, like, you will always two-shot them and trade blows with them, but they won't hurt you as much. I somehow don't have their base stats here, you will see them online, but this is one of the easier fights of the game. The more you are here, yeah, I think this is the better the matchup gets. So these are the easier ones. Milten still takes the cake here. Yeah, I think this is more accurate, because again, Milten is just pretty bad to fight. These are tougher enemies, yeah, so you get it. The more they are to the left, the tougher they are to beat. I just had to do some arrangements. Yeah, I will take care for the last ones. Minecrawler Tyrant is also an easy matchup. I will put them. These are harder. Here. Don't underestimate them. They appear in gangs and they have decent DPS. The Minecrawler Tyrant shares the same move pool as a normal Minecrawler, just in big. Base stats 540 max HP, 165 strength, and 60 blunt res. This means 4 hits they die. He dies, or 5 hits. With the crit, it's only 3. So and with this, he's isolated. He's alone. I don't see a reason why he should be in the neutral or even higher. He's very easy to beat with the fists, and in my opinion, with almost every other weapons. Now, the best part about the fists are the trolls, and I'm gonna do them simultaneously. Like, this is the little one that appears in the Gorn fight and on the pit for where the sunken ships are. There's a giant hill. If you climb this, there's a stage full of normal goblins and one of these trolls. Now, why are trolls so easy? Of course, this here is like this. Of course, this is easy. I mean, Xardas, you have one fighting skeleton you have to take care about. These guys, you can block every hit they do. They have blunt damage. You can parry them. They can stagger them, get 2 hits in quick, and then just stay in your guard. They hit you, and you do this rinse and repeat. They do have 240 strength, but by the time you have about 80 armor and 140 strength, they only hit you for 12. You will always win the race if you only block. And I'm sorry, evading their hits is so easy. I've never seen evading them more easier than this. And keep in mind, this is all on hard, which I'm talking about. Just imagine this on Gothic. Next up, the Fire Golem. What have they thought with this guy? This is the easiest golem to beat, by the way. The lizards are harder than these guys. And the Fire Golem is even more easier than the normal golem, because he only has 480 HP, given he has 80 blunt res. But I 4-shot them. I did 4 hits, this guy dropped. All he did was these 2 punches. Yeah, he connected one that does 90 damage. What? It's a joke. Like, biggest joke fight of the game. I don't mind it. I don't know. They have to give him way more HP to make this the area gets smaller gimmick of him even work. Like, it doesn't even work because you burst him down. Ice golems are like again, these are, you hard counter all of them. Ice golems are also super easy. 600 max HP, more than the fire golem on hard. Only 80 strength and 80 blunt res. So again, 4 to 5 hits they drop. Mini ice golems as well. 2 hits to them and they die. And this is where the fist excels. Like, these matchups here are why fists have a place in this game. Skeleton Mage is also an easy matchup. Actually a very easy matchup. Because what is the move pool? They have rune magic, which they will never do because you will stay close to their face. Even if you have many skeletons, just run through them. They will all do the stinging attacks with you. Like, they won't hit you. Go to the Skeleton Mage, do your Hulk Smash, your 1-2 combo, they die. They just die. Their base stats is 360 HP, 50 blunt res. Like, 3 to 4 hits, they die. I've encountered the bug where they port, and I couldn't do damage on their animation. And when they randomly disappeared, they randomly appeared with a T-pose. Thank you, Alchemia. And that fight was weird. But aside of bugs not happening, this is a very easy fight. Most of the times the fights look like this. He sees you, he summons the 3 skeletons and dies at the summoning animation. The 3 skeletons rise up, you kill 2 of them in the summoning animation. And then there's 1 left, same with Xardas. Very easy. Like, I mean, it's welcome. Very, very easy matchups is what you want with this weapon. Now, the last one. Mad Cor Kalom lands in the hard tier. Not very hard, because he has a lot of counterplay, and I really like his fight. He has 3k HP, 240 strength, and 100 blunt res. I just see Harpies are not on this list, but I will give my thoughts on this later on. But Cor Kalom is a fight where you have to learn his move pool. His, in my opinion, worst move to happen are the hands under the ground that chase you, because you have to respect it with fist only. You can evade left and right for the beginning and then just run it out. You really want him to do the claw slash, because this is where you punish him. If he does his explosion, respect it, don't roll onto it, nothing, roll away, wait for the animation to end, go in with a Hulk Smash and evade his claw attack. Because if he sees you doing his Hulk Smash, he will wind up, and this is where you can immediately dodge, like this. Like, do this, dodge immediately. The fight becomes doable. It's still hard, it won't always work, because it pretty much depends on how he feels with the claws under the ground, with the explosion, and in my opinion, very dangerous permadeath enemy. Yeah, Harpies on the side note are neutral, have 300 max HP, only 50 blunt res, and only 75 strength. Like, you don't deal the most damage to them as they don't to you, and they appear in gangs, and the gangs don't hurt you. They will land around here. But yeah, Cor Kalom, I find wolves harder than him, in my honest opinion, because they appear so soon. But this is, of course, a gatekeeper in order to beat the game, and it's fine. Like, they designed him pretty fine, and the biggest upside is on his transformation phase. You get to summon everything, the fight becomes quite easy. I don't have the word for it. And that's the matchup list with the fists. Final verdict, we have way more positive matchups than negatives, but the problem with the very hard and impossible matchup is that these are gatekeepers, which in my opinion makes permadeath runs impossible. Yeah, if you are a goat with your summons and you feel very good in all these matchups, go for it. You have my eternal respect. If you do, I don't recommend you doing it. So where does this weapon land? Fist only is not viable because the damage is inconsistent due to the Hulk Smash being so wanky with the collision hitboxes. It is so frustrating. I will put this weapon on the C tier. It's still a good weapon option and you will enjoy it, especially on the Gothic difficulty. Would I recommend this on hard? Definitely not. It is super frustrating on hard due to, again, you will take a lot of HP, and yeah, that is why my honest opinion, Fist deserves the C tier. There is a place for this, and C means viable. B, in my opinion, means good, A means very good, and S is broken, please nerf. Like, this is so good. Like, S tier is only for weapon categories where you're thinking, why is it that good? It shouldn't be this good and this easy. And yeah, due to the high skill ceiling and the reward you get out of it, C tier is very reasonable in my opinion. Yeah, that's my list. Please tell me how you find this content of mine, because I have a lot to do. I still have 5 categories to cover, and I will edit this list and edit the Harpy on it. I'm very sorry that the Harpy and the mother Molerat aren't on it, but yeah, I'm just getting started. Yeah, if you like this content, of course, please leave a like, subscribe. Please tell me if there are any Fist haters. But yeah, other than that, have a nice one, guys, and I will see you on my next video.